What happens when beauty meets brutality? When elegance collides with absolute destruction? Tonight, we witness something that will echo through the halls of WWE history for years to come. Jade Cargill just reminded the entire women's division why she is the most dangerous woman on Friday nights, and Tiffany Stratton, she learned that lesson the hard way. Before we dive into this absolute chaos, if you love moments like this, if you live for the drama, the intensity, the raw emotion of professional wrestling, then you need to be part of the Slamzone family. Hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is your home for the most intense wrestling breakdowns, the stories behind the stories, and the moments that make you jump out of your seat. And when you subscribe, smash that notification bell because trust me, you do not want to miss what we have coming next week. Let's go! The tension had been building for weeks. You could feel it every time these two women were in the same arena. Tiffany Stratton, the self-proclaimed center of attention, the glamorous princess of SmackDown, had been running her mouth for too long. She had been flexing, posing, acting like she was untouchable. But here's what Tiffany forgot: there's always someone bigger, stronger, and hungrier waiting in the shadows. And that someone is Jade Cargill. Now, if you don't know Jade Cargill, let me paint you a picture. This woman is 6 feet of pure athletic dominance. She's a former college basketball player who walked into professional wrestling and immediately started breaking bodies and taking names. When she moved from AEW to WWE, people wondered if she could handle the pressure, if she could hang with the best women's division in the world. Well, tonight she answered that question with an exclamation point written in violence. The scene opens backstage. The cameras are rolling, capturing the usual hustle and bustle of Friday Night SmackDown. Crew members are rushing around, superstars are preparing for their matches, and then we see her, Tiffany Stratton, in all her sparkly, pink-obsessed glory, walking down the corridor with that signature strut. She's holding her Money in the Bank briefcase like it's a designer handbag, flipping her hair, completely absorbed in her own world. She's talking to the camera, doing what she does best, running her mouth about how she's the future, how she's going to cash in whenever she wants, how nobody can touch her. And that's when the music stops. Not literally, but you know that feeling when the air suddenly gets heavy? When you can sense something bad is about to happen? The camera angle shifts. In the background, barely visible at first, you see a figure emerging from the shadows. The lighting hits just right, and you see those shoulders, that presence, that unmistakable silhouette. It's Jade Cargill, and she is locked in. Tiffany doesn't notice at first. She's still talking, still posing, still living in her fantasy world where she's the center of the universe. But the camera crew notices. The producers notice. And we, the audience, we notice. The tension is building like a pressure cooker about to explode. You can almost hear the collective gasp from the live crowd even though we're still backstage. This is about to get real. Jade starts walking. Not running, not rushing, just walking with purpose. Every step is calculated, deliberate, like a predator stalking prey. Her jaw is set, her eyes are focused, and you can see the intensity radiating off her. This isn't about a rivalry for a championship. This isn't about climbing the ladder or making a name. This is personal. This is about respect. This is about sending a message to the entire locker room that Jade Cargill is not someone you disrespect and walk away unscathed. Tiffany finally turns around. Maybe she heard the footsteps. Maybe she felt the shift in energy. Maybe some survival instinct deep inside her brain screamed danger. But by the time she realizes what's happening, it's already too late. Her eyes widen. The briefcase slips slightly in her hands. For the first time in weeks, maybe months, Tiffany Stratton looks genuinely afraid. And then it happens. Jade closes the distance in a heartbeat. Before Tiffany can even think about running, before she can scream for help, before she can do anything, Jade grabs her by the hair and slams her face first into the concrete wall. The sound echoes through the hallway. It's not the safe, controlled bumps we're used to seeing in the ring. This is raw, unfiltered aggression. Tiffany crumples against the wall, stunned, and the Money in the Bank briefcase clatters to the floor. But Jade isn't done. Not even close. She grabs Tiffany by the arm and whips her across the hallway. Tiffany's back crashes into a stack of equipment crates with a sickening thud. Medical personnel start rushing in, trying to get between them, trying to restore order, but Jade swats them away like flies. Security guards appear, shouting, trying to establish control, but Jade is in full destroyer mode. Nothing is stopping this freight train. You can see the fury in her eyes. Every punch, every throw, every brutal impact is calculated but fueled by pure emotion. This is what happens when you push someone too far. This is what happens when you mistake patience for weakness. Jade had been watching Tiffany parade around, disrespecting the women's division, disrespecting the business, and tonight, the bill came due. Tiffany tries to crawl away, her perfectly styled hair now a mess, her makeup smudged, all that glamour and glitz stripped away to reveal the reality beneath. She's reaching for anything, trying to pull herself up using a production cart, but Jade is right there. She grabs Tiffany by the waist and hoists her up effortlessly. For a moment, time seems to freeze. Everyone in that hallway knows what's coming next, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it. Jade Cargill delivers a thunderous spine-buster right onto the cold, hard floor. Not onto a mat. Not onto padding. Onto the unforgiving concrete of the backstage area. The impact reverberates through the entire corridor. Tiffany's body goes limp. The crowd, who have been watching this unfold on the arena screens, are losing their minds. The roar is deafening, a mixture of shock, excitement, and pure disbelief at what they're witnessing. Now, here's where the story gets even deeper. This isn't just about one attack. This is the culmination of weeks of psychological warfare. See, Tiffany Stratton represents everything that Jade Cargill despises. The entitlement, the shortcuts, the belief that charisma and looks can replace hard work and respect. Jade came up through the grind. She built her body, her skills, her reputation through blood, sweat, and countless hours in the gym. She earned every ounce of respect she has in this business. Tiffany, on the other hand, has been coasting on her personality and that money in the bank briefcase. She's been playing games, manipulating situations, avoiding real competition while talking like she's already a champion. And Jade has been watching. She's been waiting for the perfect moment to teach Tiffany what this business is really about. The cameras are still rolling. WWE officials are finally managing to pull Jade away, but it takes at least 6 people to restrain her. She's not resisting violently, but her presence alone is intimidating enough that nobody wants to take any chances. Her chest is heaving, not from exhaustion but from the adrenaline, the raw emotion of finally unleashing everything she's been holding back. And look at Tiffany now. She's being attended to by medical staff, barely conscious, her body battered and broken. The money in the bank briefcase lies several feet away, forgotten, meaningless in this moment. All her bravado, all her confidence, all her big talk has been silenced by one woman who decided enough was enough. The beauty of this moment, what makes it so compelling, is the layers of storytelling at play here. On the surface, it's a brutal attack, a shocking display of dominance. But underneath, it's about respect, about paying your dues, about understanding that in professional wrestling, talk is cheap and actions speak volumes. Jade Cargill just spoke louder than anyone has spoken in months. Before we continue, I need you to do something for me. If you're feeling the intensity right now, if your heart is racing, if you want more content like this breaking down the most explosive moments in wrestling, then show some love to the channel. Hit that like button, drop a comment telling me what you think about what Jade just did, and most importantly, subscribe to Slamzone. We're building something special here, a community of real wrestling fans who appreciate the art, the drama, and the raw emotion of this incredible sport. Hit that bell icon so you never miss a breakdown. Now, let's get back to this absolute carnage. As Jade is being escorted away from the scene, you can see something in her expression. It's not regret. It's not concern about potential consequences or fines or suspensions. It's satisfaction. Pure, unfiltered satisfaction. She accomplished exactly what she set out to do. She made a statement that will echo through the women's locker room for months to come. Think about the ripple effects of this moment. Every woman on the SmackDown roster just watched what happens when you cross Jade Cargill. Every future opponent now has to consider whether they want to engage with someone capable of this level of destruction. And Tiffany Stratton, if and when she recovers, will never be the same. You can't experience something like this and walk away unchanged. The psychological impact alone could derail her entire trajectory. But here's what makes Jade Cargill truly special. This wasn't mindless violence. This wasn't chaos for the sake of chaos. Every move, every impact, every moment of this attack served a purpose. She didn't use weapons. She didn't need chairs or tables or any foreign objects. She used her raw power, her athleticism, her pure dominance to dismantle another human being. That's what makes her terrifying. That's what makes her special. The crowd in the arena is still buzzing. You can hear the chants starting to build. Jade, Jade, Jade. They're not just reacting to violence for violence's sake. They're acknowledging greatness. They're witnessing the birth of a new era in the women's division where Jade Cargill stands at the top of the mountain, and everyone else is looking up, wondering how they're going to survive. Now, the question becomes, what happens next? WWE management is going to have to respond. There will be consequences, there will be fallout, there will be ramifications. But will any of that matter to Jade? She's already proven that she's willing to do whatever it takes to establish her dominance. A fine? A suspension? Those are just minor inconveniences compared to the message she just sent. And what about Tiffany Stratton? She's got that money in the bank briefcase, which means theoretically she could cash in at any time and become champion. But after tonight, after this assault, does she even have the confidence to try? Will the trauma of this attack haunt her every time she thinks about stepping into the ring? Jade Cargill might have just destroyed more than Tiffany's body. She might have destroyed her spirit, her confidence, her entire future in WWE. This is the kind of moment that defines careers. This is where legends are born and pretenders are exposed. And make no mistake about it, what we witnessed tonight was legendary. Years from now, when people talk about the most dominant displays in WWE history, when they discuss the moments that changed the landscape of the women's division, this attack will be on that list. The raw emotion, the intensity, the sheer brutality of what Jade Cargill did to Tiffany Stratton transcends normal wrestling storytelling. This felt real. This felt personal. This felt like something you might witness in a street fight, not on a polished WWE television program. And that authenticity, that genuine aggression, is what makes professional wrestling so compelling when it's done right. As the dust settles and the chaos of the moment begins to fade, we're left with the undeniable truth. Jade Cargill is not just another wrestler. She's not just another strong woman on the roster. She is a force of nature, an unstoppable juggernaut who just announced to the entire WWE universe that she's here to dominate, to destroy, and to redefine what it means to be the most dangerous woman in sports entertainment. So there you have it, the Slamzone family. Jade Cargill absolutely obliterated Tiffany Stratton in one of the most vicious backstage attacks we've seen in years. If you enjoyed this breakdown, if you felt every moment of that intensity with me, then do me a favor. Hit that like button right now, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop a comment telling me your thoughts. Do you think Jade went too far? Was this exactly what Tiffany deserved? What should happen next? I want to hear from all of you because that's what makes this community special. And remember, every single week we're bringing you the most intense, most detailed, most passionate wrestling breakdowns on YouTube. This is where the real fans come to understand the stories, to feel the emotion, and to experience wrestling the way it's meant to be experienced. So subscribe, turn on those notifications, and join us as we continue to break down every major moment, every shocking twist, and every legendary performance in professional wrestling. Jade Cargill just changed the game. Tiffany Stratton just learned a harsh lesson. And we, the fans, just witnessed something absolutely unforgettable. This is Slamzone, and we'll see you in the next one. Stay loud, stay passionate, and most importantly, stay subscribed.